I work alone. Always have, always will.
I hope you won't force me to take independent steps.
Just stating the facts.
It's my company. My marbles, if you prefer. Let me play or I'll pick them up and I'll go home.
That sounds like a threat.
Think of it as a compromise.
Not unless you make one too.
All right. If you need to chew your stupid matchstick that badly, I suppose I can live with it.
Oh.
Once you make the rules, there's no going back on it.
Chew. Colonel Bluebird, when I finish chewing you out.
I do, ma'am.
I want an explanation. I want it now.
Well, what are you so angry about? This is part of the agreement, remember?
So is working together. Remember? We're a team, the partnership, and don't tell me it slipped your mind. We shook hands. We had a binding agreement. You let me count on you, and then you disappeared without saying a word. Well, that is inexcusable, and I will not tolerate it. Have I made myself clear?
Yeah. You miss me more than you'd like to admit.
Where was that shirt found? A fisherman discovered it near Bahama Trench Reef.
Surf is very bad out there. It causes a very strong undertow. To swim clear of the coral, impossible. Now, this was my idea. I told him that he should sign on as crew, so he'd have some time to figure out what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. He loved to sail.
Are you positive that's Alec's shirt?
What's his name?
Lloyd, would you like some time by yourself?
No, I have to call Chase.
What are you going to tell him?
On what, Sonny? How?
Got it. A rhinestone gauntlet. You know what that is? Huh? It's one of those gloves the medieval knights used to wear into combat. I'll get Susie to design it. We'll put it on all the T-shirts. We'll make it the logo for the show. Beats that stupid white glove anytime.
Hi, Chase. I've interrupted you?
No, I'm working on the ad for Alec's next show.
Well, that's why I stopped by. I thought maybe I could help.
What are you doing at home? Home from work?
Well, I think I'm coming down with something. I was sneezing all over my typewriter keys.
Did it help any?
Ha, you're not funny.
Well, neither are you, not to mention inconvenient and inconsiderate. You know, I have a photo session in 15 minutes with Brett. What is this?
Well, I was cleaning up and the bristles started to fall out. It was really weird, but I got a phone call.
Could you get rid of it before Brett gets here, please?
Well, that's what I am trying to tell you. It was Brett on the phone, and he had to take an unexpected trip to Chicago, so your photo session is off.
He what? It's what?
Off, like in canceled, like in don't call us, we'll call you, but I really wouldn't hold my breath, because I don't think he's coming back to Henderson.
That no good creep. After I spent all afternoon trying to find the perfect dress to match my bone structure. That's not very easy, you know. I had to look at myself from the right, the left, the front, the back.
Épaulé.
Apo what?
It means from the shoulder. We use it in Doms.
He wants strapless?
Well, you've got great shoulders.
Why did I think of that?
So let's see what you picked out here. Well, who are you hiding from, Dracula?
A high neck is very chic.
Said one turkey to the other, gobble, gobble, gobble.
Oh,
gobble.
you don't know anything.
I do too. I know what Brett likes.
He said I had a very proud and elegant neck.
Well, if you got it, flaunt it.
No. I guess you're right. Hate to admit it, maybe this dress was a mistake.
You're much too pretty for that.
Why fight the obvious?
Was it real expensive?
Yeah, more than your entire wardrobe.
You know, I bet if you go right now, hurry back there, they'll refund your money.
Since when do you care about my money? Or me, for that matter?
Well, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have a roof over my head. And, if you stay right here, you're probably going to catch my cold, you know?
Oh, well, I look awful with a cold. I couldn't have a photo session if I had a cold. My eyes get all red, my nose gets red, my eyes get puffy.
Here, we're going again, ahead.
Well, gosh, I'll get you some cough medicine.
Choo. Oh, stop it! I can't stand that attitude. Now, it may not matter to you how I look.
You look pretty good to me.
I am talking about my credibility, about the way I appear to the people in Washington, to the United States government in Washington.
Well, I think they know a pretty lady when they see one, too.
Not when they show up for a test that's been canceled and they weren't told it was canceled.
Well, who canceled it in the first place?
Cord. I walk into my office and the room is full of officials cooling their heels and furious, and nothing I could say could appease them.
Well, when those boys get a bee under their bonnet, no amount of honey will draw it out.
Well, that's not true. You're the test pilot. You could have talked to them.
No sweeter than you.
You could have told them it was a precautionary measure that I was taking and that it was a valid one.
All right, all right. Well, say I did do that, backed up the boss lady, so to speak. They just say I was protecting my job.
I don't care. I needed you. Well, I don't know the technical terms for those maneuvers you want to make.
Roll over.
Besides that,
BLT on a cumulus cloud.
you could have spoken to them about the necessity for these maneuvers that you want to make and her willingness to do them for you. Where have you been all day?
I took a personal day, went shopping.
Couldn't you at least lie? Couldn't you tell me it was something critical?
This was very critical indeed. Way to soothe the soul amidst all the commotion. I bought myself a new fishing rod. Hand-wrapped, finest bamboo. Sail on these beauties comes once in a lifetime.
Oh, that's great. That's just great. I sit here with egg on my face, and you're out shopping for a fishing pole.
Rod.
What?
A fishing rod. That's what you call it. A fishing pole is what Huckleberry Finn and his mates used to do in historic times on the Mississippi River, you know. I had a terrible time getting a hold of these things, too.
Oh.
You know, I was just thinking, your cousin Cord kind of reminded me of a night crawler, the way he can wriggle out of anything, give him half a chance, you know what I mean? What'd you tell him about the postponement?
I told him you persuaded me it was the best thing to do.
Are you crazy? You know what you just did? You cast your line and swallowed your own bait.
What's wrong with what I said?
Oh, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. It's wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, beautiful. That's what you wanted, right? Daily duo, united we stand, divided we fall, teamwork, camaraderie, all that sort of thing is wonderful. Congratulations, you just blew our partnership right out of the water.
Me?
Yeah, that's right. That line just took this boat. Now your cousin's gonna know we're working together.
Well, after that stunt you pulled last night, working together is the last thing he thinks we're doing together.
Well, if he knows anything at all about you, by this time he probably knows you're no bed of roses.
I am no bed of any kind. I am your employer.
I think I'm gonna have to correct you on that because Uncle Sam's one rung up on the ladder.
You're the test pilot. I'm the CEO, and it's time you started acting accordingly.
Oh, yeah? Well, what did you want me to do last night when you knocked in that waste paper basket? Empty it?
Well, you didn't have to stage a love scene.
I wasn't staging anything. That's what you call cause and effect. Now, if I was a bit too effective, you'll have to forgive me.
I could have handled that situation without your help.
How?
Well, I have a brain. I don't need you to think for me.
Then what'd you want me to come to your rescue for this morning?
I wanted somebody there.
To hold your hand?
I don't need that.
What do you need?
Nothing. Where are you going?
Well, I'll tell you. If I gotta hear a fish story, I'd rather hear it from the fish itself.
Don't you dare walk out on me! We have a bargain! You're forgetting they're my marbles, and you have to play this game with me whether you like it or not. Kentucky. Kentucky, I'm not finished talking to you.
Come on in, take a look at the ad. It's still kind of rough, but you can get a pretty good idea.
It's wonderful.
Ah, you really think so?
I don't know how you come up with so many ideas. All I can think about it. I'm sorry. I try.
But look, it's all right. Alec is going to come back and he's going to do the show. I know it.
How can you be so sure?
Take a look at these.
They're articles about Dr. Windsor.
Mm-hmm. She made hundreds of rescues all over the world. Rescues that nobody thought were possible. And look at the people she's rescued. Huh? People that were given up for dead.
What does this have to do with Alec?
She's looking for him now. She left last night. I figured 2 days, and our boy is back in town signing autographs. What is it?
I never realized how much you care.
Hmm? So tough. Alec didn't know how well he knew me when he wrote those lyrics. How does it go?
Couldn't let go and let my feelings show. Didn't know this is how I would feel.
I like the way that I feel. And I do, too. Hello?
Chase, it's me.
Oh, Dad. Well, I'm glad you called. I was just telling Adair about Victoria. Has she started looking for Alec yet?
Well, I'm afraid that she's not had too much luck. Fisherman has found a shirt of your brother's.
Where?
On a reef. It's a pretty dangerous area. Heavy surf. Razor-sharp coral.
Look, Dad, that doesn't mean anything. Alec and I used to go deep-sea diving a lot. In the reef off of Australia, remember? We've got the Carl here to prove it.
Chase, please don't make this any harder than it already is. The shirt has been torn to shreds. It's covered with blood. Alec is dead. Chase? Son?
I don't know where Wendy went. I'm only the messenger person.
Is that the person who puts little messages in people's heads? Nobody tells Wendy what to do. All I know is she got up this morning and packed her bags. Maybe she had a zit and she couldn't face your camera. You know she's very vain about her looks.
No one leaves town because of a zit.
Well, maybe she went shopping to find the perfect dress to wear for the next photo session.
Maybe you're giving me the runaround. You always did prefer to sweep things under the rug.
Au contraire, I don't sweep at all.
I noticed. Maybe that's why Wendy packed her bags. Too much dirt.
Funny thing about dirt. It always manages to settle in a room no matter how hard you try to keep it out.
Why try?
Old habits die hard.
That's what I'm counting on. So when is Wendy coming back?
Ask the doorman. He knows much more about her comings and goings than I ever will.
I don't think this changes anything. The photo session may be put off, but not me. You can give me the cold shoulder all you want, but every time you look over it, I'll be there waving. See you around.
Night crawlers?
Worms. A whole bag of worms. Oh, and this stupid fishing pole. Excuse me, fishing rod. He spent all afternoon shopping for it.
It certainly is something else.
He's infuriating.
Did you tell him that?
Well, I tried to. I did, but I know he has this way of twisting a whole situation around. All of a sudden, your words take on a whole other meaning.
What kind of meaning?
A conversational double talk.
Double entendre, you mean?
Well, yeah, I'm sure Colonel Bluebird would like to think so. But I certainly have no reason to send him hidden messages. And I resent his smug attitude.
That's understandable.
I am a very direct person.
I always thought so.
I do not need to play games to show how I feel. But I don't know. With him, well, he doesn't let me finish a thought. Perfect example today. He walks right out the door in the middle of my sentence.
Disgraceful.
Well, he's overstepped his bounds this time. That cavalier attitude has no place at TI, and I'm going to tell him so. It's inexcusable and intolerable. He has to know exactly what I expect and what he has to deliver. Professionally, of course.
Oh, of course.
Ooh, I wish I had him here now while I'm on a roll with my ideas.
Didn't you say that he'd gone fishing?
Yeah, I'd like to put him on a hook.
Well, maybe you can.
You know where he went?
Well, Stu's favorite fishing hole is a good place to look.
Oh!
I know he said Stu told him about it. Trouble is, it's supposed to be a secret spot.
Huns Lake! The world knows Granddad's secret spot. He's constantly amazed. He forgets he tells everybody.
Well, maybe you ought to think about what you're going to say to Colonel Bluebird before you go head-to-head with him.
No need. I know exactly what I'm going to say.
There's still hope, Lloyd. No one's found his body. Miracles happen.
Look at that shirt. There's no way Alec is still alive.
Sometimes the way things are and the way they seem can be two very different realities.
You're both trying very hard to help. But, excuse me.
You don't believe in taking things at face value.
No.
I know how you feel, Lloyd. The pain, the uncertainty.
What did you say?
Nothing. I was just thinking I should look for Alec once more. I may have missed an area, overlooked some sign.
How long will you be gone?
Until I give up hope. Then it will truly be over.
Victoria Windsor is nobody. She's nothing. She couldn't save my brother. She couldn't even find him.
What happened?
She blew it. She can find her own brother all right, but when it comes to somebody else's brother, no way. No way. She couldn't even find his shirt. Some old fisherman had to pull it out of the water, and it was all torn and covered with his blood. Why are you looking at me that way? I asked you a question. Answer it. Answer it! You think it's my fault, don't you? Don't you? Don't lie to me.
Chase,
I can see it in your eyes.
stop.
You think it's all
Don't
my
do
fault?
this.
I wouldn't listen to him. I
Chase,
kept pushing
stop.
him. Whatever he wanted wasn't good enough for me.
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What have I done to you?
Chase. Hold me.